Okay, Kenneth, this video is for you. This is your Rakon 66. Just finished it up. Just did a little bit of tuning and testing. It's flying very nice right now. Yeah, so here it is. Man, this canopy is so damn nice. Ed does such a good job on these canopies, man. I love them. So yeah, you have the DYS 0703 10,000 kV motors. You have the new Teeny F4 Pro 1 to 2S stack, so you can fly this 1S if you wanted it. And I did try it on 1S. It's not bad, you know, it's flyable. So yeah, all you have to do is just short out this side. So you could take a PH 2.0 plug like one of these, and what I do is, if you have one of these plugs with some wires on it, just cut the wires real short and then just short the wires to each other. You could even solder them together and put a piece of heat shrink over it or whatever, and then there you go. You got your plug. You just plug it right in, and then you only need one battery. Yeah, so you got the Rakon 66 frame, the aluminum frame. I love the aluminum ones. These ducts are so super strong. I've seen so many people saying how they're not strong and all that, just talking so much crap, but I totally disagree with that. These ducts are crazy strong. I mean, really, really strong. So you can crash it, you know, a ton of times. You might not break anything. I mean, not break anything. You might not dent it or anything, but then maybe one crash is super hard, extra hard, you know, on the concrete or something like that, or on a road. The only thing that's going to happen to this is it's going to dent. It's going to dent in. And you can have dents in it and it'll still fly. As long as the prop will spin, you know, it's going to fly. If you had the Delrin, it would just break. And then you'd have to buy a new duct. But the aluminum, if it dents so bad to where the prop wouldn't spin, you can just bend it back and keep flying, which is awesome. I also doubled up the frame on this one, so you can see right here it's got two frames put together, so it's actually 2 millimeters thick instead of 1 millimeter. So it's real stiff, really stiff, so you're not going to have no kind of washout issues at all. This thing flies just perfect. Your VTX, you can see it's kind of sticking out here at the back. The button is just right inside the canopy. When you have it in person and you look at it like this at an angle, you can see the button is right here. Like, I'm pushed on it right now. You can hear it clicking. So that's how you'll change the channels and bands. You got the Rakon 31 millimeter props with the 1 millimeter shaft hole. I conformal coated the whole bottom and the wires, and I added some hot glue right here to keep anything from breaking. So should be pretty damn durable. This should be pretty much the most durable whoop size quad that I've ever built. Yeah, so I already have it bound up to my radio. The receiver is right here. You can see that yellow, that's where the antenna is, and right to the left of that is the bind button. So you can use something like tweezers and get in there and push down on that bind button if you have to. See, I didn't hold anything down with foam on this one, because I found that it's a lot easier to just leave foam off of the stuff, and then you can easily just slide stuff out and slide it back in. So if you need to, you can pull this receiver out a little bit to be able to get to that button better, and then after it's bound, just push it back in. It's sandwiched in between the flight controller and the ESC. So yeah, so it's already bound up to my radio. It's a XM receiver. I flashed it for RSSI, and so you have RSSI in your OSD. So yeah, you're gonna bind it in D16 mode. Like I said, it's already bound up to my radio. So let me show you real quick. I already got one battery plugged in, so and I'll arm it if I didn't have the throttle up. So you can see the motors are all spinning. It sounds nice and smooth. It's just ready to go. Grab my goggles real quick. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'll try to show you. Hopefully you can see that the video is working. It looks very good. The colors look amazing. So that's good to go. Oh, let me arm it and show you in there. So you can see the RSSI is working. So I've had a ton of people talking about how when the motors rev up, when it's just idling and you're not giving no throttle, they think there's something wrong. Like, see how it's going higher and higher? That is completely normal. That's called air mode. So air mode is always on, so it'll always do that if you're sitting at an idle. But you're never going to be just sitting there at an idle. You're going to be flying around. So yeah, for anybody out there, when it does that, the motors rev up on their own. That is completely normal. It's called air mode. Alright, so let me turn this around and show you a little hover. Before the batteries die. So yeah, it's flying nice and smooth. Those blue flashes in the back, that's actually flashing to tell you what channel it's on. So that should about do it. Oh, I do have some spare props for you too. I got you. Let's see here. Oh, here they are. So I got you some black ones. They're kind of more of a see-through, like smoke black. This is the new version of their props, though. You can tell because they're real shiny. I think they switched them to a different material. I think it's polycarbonate. So they're really tough props. And then you got some yellow or green. So there you go. I'll box it up and it'll go out today, and I'll send you over some tracking. Alright, thanks Kenneth. Let me know if you have any questions.